The scaled scale behavior is a behavior that enables dynamic scaling of an element or group of elements between 2 points using a defined scale. A common application of this would be a tape display where the top of the tape ribbon would be the value that you want to reference against a known scale. So for this example, let's do a simple tape display. Turn on grid snap, and I'll select the add quad drawing element. And just in the middle of the screen somewhere, make a quad, let's say about like that. Double click on that quad, open its properties. Let's make this color green, so on the monocolor we'll specify the green from the color palette, and over on the quad tab select that and we'll fill it. This will actually be our ribbon. So we'll put this in a group all by itself. Right click, select group, pushing F2, I'll rename it to, let's call it tape actually. Okay, we're going to draw a scale element where this tape will reference against. So again, we'll draw a add quad, and starting at the lower left hand corner of my previous tape, we'll start the quad and we'll bring the upper right hand corner up about this high. And this will actually be our scale. So I'll highlight that quad, right click, group it, push the F2 button and rename it to scale. I turn off my grid snap so my cursor moves freely across the layout. The tape is the group of elements that will actually have the behavior. And notice that I have it drawn, rendering first, so that the scale will actually be on top of it. Let's say this could be anything. Let's say it's fuel level, for example. The bottom of the scale would be 0 fuel, and the top of the scale would be full. So double clicking on the tape folder, bring up the Edit Shape dialog box, go to the Behaviors tab. We'll insert the behavior. From the drop-down list, we'll select Scaled Scale. Let's begin with the plug. Selecting the plug checkbox, we'll bring up my Select Variable dialog box, and we'll add a variable. In this case, let's just call it fuel level, for example. Notice that it is of type float, array length 1. Selecting OK. While I'm on this Select Variable dialog box, I'll go ahead and push the copy button and copy this variable over to the test data generator so we can see it function here shortly. Pressing OK. OK again. Back to the Behaviors tab. Where do we want this behavior to start? We will select the Start button, and we will want the behavior to scale from the very bottom of the scale. Select this middle sticky point. The end of it, pushing the End button. The end of the scaling will be at the very top of the scale in the center sticky point again. The attach point, click on that. Remember, we are scaling this filled green quad, so the attach point that actually references a scale is this top line of the green quad. So I'll select it at that sticky point where all the elements, all the start, end, and attach points will line up vertically. And the base again will be the very base of this filled green quad. That is the base of the scaled object. Over here to the right, start value. So we'll say that it starts at 0. That's the bottom of the scaling. And the end value, we'll pick a number, let's say 10,000 pounds. And again, this limit checkbox. If we do not want our filled scaled object to go beyond the scaling elements, we will select limit, which I'll do. So I select OK. Our behavior has been inserted. I'll go ahead and run it now. There's our scale without any fuel indication. Bring up my test data generator. Since I pasted it to the clipboard for the test data generator, I can right click in this white space and select paste. And there's my fuel level. If I double click on its value, open up the Edit Member dialog box, down to the slew information, I'll select high to low repeat just to watch it operate. The high value, let's see, the low value would be 0 fuel. The high value would be 10,000 pounds. Let's say the initial value is 10,000 also. Start out with a full tank. And we'll increment it by 10 pounds every frame. I select OK. And I'll start the test data generator. And we can see that the entire green filled quad group of elements is now being dynamically scaled as the variable fuel level is diminishing.